A lot of us believe we have control in our lives when inherently you don't. Because if you're getting mad at you spilling down your coffee whenever you go get it from Starbucks, $5, $6, falls on the floor, and you're mad, you're angry now, are you truly in control? Or is something else taking over? Something else that could be your emotions, something else that could be the externalities of just life. I think a lot of us believe that we have control over the things that we're doing, but they don't. Not to say that it's impossible for you to, but the majority of people don't have control over their emotions, don't have control over the things that they're doing in their life, and that's because they're pulled and they're biased based off other things that don't really concern them, aka the things they cannot control, aka things like the weather or other people or other situations. Let me give you an example. Imagine that a road closes down for some random reason, whether it's the weather or maybe it's construction, and now they believe that their day is ruined because I'm gonna make it to work late. I'm gonna get to work late, and now my day is ruined because now I won't get my full paycheck, and now my boss is gonna be on me, and now it's The amount of time that you spend worrying on the thing that you cannot control, the less amount of time you're giving yourself to work on the things that you actually can control. When I talk about us inherently not having control, that is not entirely true. We do have control. It's just that I believe the majority of people don't have control over themselves, or they believe that they have a amount of control that is not exactly possible, right? Whether that's over other people. Hey, best friend. Hey, buddy. Like, hey, let's go do this thing. Yo, bro, I'm already gonna go out right now. Boom. All of a sudden, bro is gonna be like, damn, you hate me. My day is ruined. What am I gonna do now? And it's because you're thinking about, like these selfish tendencies, these selfish desires of just like, hey, like if it's not my way, I don't want it anyway. You know what I'm saying? And that's a bad way to think about life. If you're thinking about life as the things that you can control, then you've already lost, because there are things that you are not in control of. At any given moment in the day, you are being controlled by gravity. You are being controlled by the physics around you. But it's the moment that you strip yourself from that initial control of having to understand every single little minute thing when you start growing or you start seeing the most success. Because now you're not spending that mental energy, that mental fortitude on, hey, like it's going to rain right now. It told me it wasn't going to rain. Now that you know it's going to rain, just change your clothes or plan accordingly. I think I've seen it in my own friends, for an example. They kind of utilize control as a out, in a sense. It's like, hey, I'm not gonna do this right now because I think I'll have more time later, and I don't want to feel like I'm rushed. I don't want to feel like I don't have enough time to do that thing that I want to do. And I always tell them that's bullshit. You have time now. Maybe it might not be as much time as you want, but it's time that you have now. Because the longer and longer that you wait for things to line up to be perfect, the longer and longer and more impossible that task now becomes. Because now you have to fit these certain expectations in order to even do that task in the first place. Let's say I wanted to record content, but I said, hey, like I want it to be 7 p.m. around every single time that I record. I want it to be like a golden hour so I look beautiful, and I need to make sure that I know every single little thing that I'm gonna say before I say it. You are never going to make a video. Point blank period. You might make one, but that is the one and only video you ever will make. Let me let you in on a secret. The majority of people that are successful are only successful because they let themselves control only what they can truly control, which is their actions and their attitude. The 2 A's. These are 2 fundamental A's. Because you cannot control the weather. You cannot control people. You cannot control whether or not there's going to be traffic or construction. At the end of the day, you don't know shit. But what you do know, or at least what you should know, is how you're going to respond and how you can proceed. That's why it's so important whenever thinking about changing your mindset in terms of control, to not dwell on the past. Because then these become more and more expectations, more and more criteria that it takes for you to feel like you're in control, and thus you will never do the things that you actually want to do. Let me switch this conversation a little less away from control and more into free will. You have the free will to do basically anything that you want. Whether or not you do that is up to you, but the amazing thing is that you've been given the ability to do that thing. If given the opportunity to do the things that you love to do right now, why aren't you doing it? If I painted a picture for you and I told you, this is the life that you want, these are the steps that you have to do it, and then you don't do it because you believe that, hey, I need more time, hey, I need this, then you will never achieve that. You will always stay stuck. You will always feel unhappy. You will always feel such and such. Let me give you something, bro. I don't give a fuck. I want you to succeed. I want you to excel. I want you to feel like you're in control, and the only way that you do that is to understand what you are in control of. I can't help you on every single given day, but I hope what you take away is, hey, I have time in these instances. Let me plan accordingly. Hey, like I've been procrastinating this thing for a long time. Let me just do it. Because let me teach you another fun fact. You probably spend more time complaining about doing such and such than actually doing the thing, than the thing actually takes to do. Let me bring up another example. My friend, he loves recording. He likes being a content creator. But he tells me, hey man, like I just can't record right now. Like I just feel like I really need a break. And I'm like, yeah, cool. But, you've been taking a break for the past week. So when is the upload coming? When is the video coming? And he's like, yo, bro, like, trust, like, I'm going to have so much time soon. Like, it's going to happen. It's not. And I tell him straight up. And I tell him that, and I tell you that because I really care about you. I want you to succeed. I want you to excel. And I'm spitting all over the place, but because I'm passionate about what I talk about. And I want you to know that if you can control anything, it's your actions and your attitude. And I need you to understand that. You need to ingrain that in your brain. And if you want to do that and you understand what you're doing in terms of those 2 A's, you will get literally anywhere that you want to be. Understand that. Anyways, I love y'all. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Peace.